Hello all, welcome back to the tutorial of C programming for beginners. Hi, this is Sakti Arun, MTech student from NIT Patna. I'm technically supporting the missile engineer. In this lecture video, I am going to explain you guys with the theoretical concept of what is jump statement and what are the jump statement available and how those are functioned inside the C program. Okay. So some of the jump statements are the first is go to statement, then break, then continue, then return statement. Okay, so I'll be explaining briefly about all these statements in our upcoming slides. Okay, so first, let me explain the go to statement. Basically, go to statement is like go to you, someone is telling that you are going to school, and someone is telling go to shop and then buy some lunch, dinner or something. Or sorry, for buying some tiffins or something, sweets or snacks. Someone is telling, then you go to shop and then you come back to the same path where you are left, and you come back, come to little forward. Then again, someone is telling that go to the HOD room, and someone is telling that before you go into classroom, then some other peon is telling that go and meet your class teacher, then you going to go class teacher, then finally come back to your destination, right? So similarly, the go to statement is C, which is comes in the middle somewhere, and it tells that you go jump back, you can for some functionality jump back to the this path and do some functionality, and then come back to the same where you actually started to go to the that jump statement. Okay, so there are okay, I'll tell, like suppose there is some execution, say like you are declaring a variable a as a 10. Okay, so you are initializing the value, and you are using some statement as go to. Okay, and go to you are telling like add. Okay, so you are mentioning like addition, you are mentioning like addition, and you are doing some other statement like print of and scan of some other functional you are doing in the middle. Okay, but as you mentioned go to addition statement, what it do is it try to find the label name. Okay, where the label name addition is there, then it goes to that statement. Okay, it goes here, and somewhere it find the label name as addition. Okay, sorry, somewhere it find the name as addition. Okay, and inside that label name, whatever the conditions given, it will execute it. Okay, once the function is done, then it will come back again to the normal execution flow. Okay, then it will doing all this functionality, then the program will be terminated. Okay, so this is how a go to statement is done. Suppose basically there are this is nothing but transferring the execution control. Okay, so from some one point of execution flow, you are transferring to the another control. Okay, and then you're coming back to the same path where the normal execution flows happens. Okay, so there are basically two type of for jump go to statement. One is forward and another is backward. The forward is what I explained with this example, it's a forward. In some case it might be in the backward, say like I can mention some other initial statement. Okay, and additions might be in the top. Okay, addition might be top here, and inside addition some statement will be there. Okay, this might be some loop statement. Okay, like a do statement will be there, and what happens is, and I mentioned go to statement here. Okay, and go to I am mentioning like addition. So what happens is, as soon as it encounter this go to statement, it goes backward, reverse, and then do this execution flow, and then come back again to the normal execution flow, whatever to be happen after go to statement. Okay, so this is a difference between the front forward and a backward jump. So basically what you can have is, you can have two go to statement, but you can't have two or more label name in the program. Okay, say like I can use in the forward jump, I can say go to addition in somewhere in the top, and you can have some command, other commands like printf, scanf, or switch or some statement, and you can have addition here. Okay, and after doing some perform of whatever function has to be done, again you can mention go to addition here. Okay, so this is what you can have, more than two go to statement, but you can't have two or more than one this addition label name inside the function. Okay, so that is not allowed. That's what I mentioned here. Two or more go to statement is allowed, but within the function you cannot have two or more identifier is not allowed. Okay, so but also one more thing is, if you say go to addition here, that addition statement has to be available within the function. Whatever the function you declare to go to, that should be available inside that function. Okay, suppose you mention go to addition here, and you mention the label name as subtraction. Okay, so let me write it clearly. suppose you are telling go to addition, okay, so you are mentioning like addition and it check for addition, but addition is not there inside the function. Inside it's available like subtraction inside the function, okay. So nothing, it won't take care of this subtraction as it check for the addition. But if you're trying to access this addition label inside the another function, then these additions will not have control over the other function, okay. So basically go to statement have a function one has a control over only within the function, okay. So within the function the transfer control is allowed but not outside the function. Okay, so the next thing is it's a break statement. Basically, in break statement, I in my previous lecture video I have explained with the best example in the case statement. Okay, so basically what it does is it stop the execution flow at if there is an if there is some river is flowing, you have some break like some bridge is there, and you have some dam. You stop with the carriage. Okay, so that's like a break statement. You are breaking that point, so river can't flow further beyond it. Okay, similarly, if you have break in any case statement in a switch, the flow of a case statement stop there and it does not go further case statement. Okay, say like inside a switch statement, okay, inside the switch statement we have case 1, case 2, case 3, 4, 5, okay, etc, and then the case statement ends here. If we have break statement in the beginning only, then if the user is if the user is opting for case 1, then the flow of a case stop here, okay. If you don't have break, then it will go for the next statement. It will check for here. If the break is available here, then it will execute whatever inside case 1 and 2, okay. If similarly if the break statement is not available to, if it is having in a break, okay, in the 3, then case 1, 2, 3 will be executed, okay. So this is how break statement works in the inside any loop functions. So it stop the execution flow and it come out of the loop, okay. So that's what break is, break functionality. And in continue, though it user is encounter user only as a case statement 1, it further go to the next loop, okay. That's what continue here. Basically, if I want to tell you the another best example, say I give one condition, okay. I give some conditions here, like if for some condition is here, okay. If the condition is true, it goes for whatever inside the conditions, then that will be printed. Say printer for any expressions inside the conditions loop, so that will be executed, okay. So in case if it is a false, then it come out of the loop. So that's how the conditional blocks work. If true, it execute whatever inside the block. If it is false, it come out of the loop, okay. So but in case of a continue, what it do is it you can have after the execution code. Suppose you have some code like you are assigning a plus plus. After that, if you give continue, it again go back to the conditions. It check again whether the condition is true, then it comes here and it give continue and the flow continues here. If in case if anywhere the conditions false, then it come out of the loop, okay. So this is how continue statement works. The next is a return statement. Basically return statement returns something else, okay. Like you try, if someone is doing help for you, you try to or someone is assigning job for you, you return something with them, with some work, right? Suppose your manager is giving you some task to be done, then you return with him with some with a product developed, right? Suppose you got some issue in any product, if manager is telling you solve this issue, then you will try to return him with some answerable to that problems, yes. So similarly in a return statement, suppose you are passing any argument value to any function, say int add, okay. You are passing two argument value b, okay. Then what you can do is you can return a plus b, okay. So this is what return statement. Basically return statement return some value, okay. But in return with some expression is allowed only in only with the function having some data type other than void, okay. In case of void, you can't use any expressions here, you can only use return. In case if it is a void, you can only say return 0, okay. You can't return any other value as the data type in the function is void, okay. So that's how I mentioned here. If a return statement is without expression, can appear only in the void function like return. But in case if it is none other than void function, then you can return some expressions value, okay, like a plus b, whatever I'm trying to give as an example here, you can do. So that's what the return statement, okay. So terminate the execution of function and return the control to the calling function. So basically what I'm trying to say is suppose you have one main function here and you are calling your add function, okay, here. So what happens is, as soon as you encounter add, it goes to the add function. It check for whatever the values written here, and it again come back to the control to the main function. Okay. Okay, so far I have given the various type of a jump statement. In my next lecture video, I'll explain you guys with the simple C program for all these jump statement, such that you will get a better understanding for all these theoretical concepts. Okay, so if you guys have any doubt or comments, please post it in the comment section. Thank you all for watching this lecture video.